Also caught up with award-winning artist Akon at the launch of that very interesting innovation. Let's take a look at what his thoughts are on that innovation.
I'm actually here to show support. This clearly followed in the lines of everything that I'm doing. So, I mean, the technology to me was amazing. And it actually makes sense, so I wanted to be a part of it and show my support to it.
It's the second of its kind in the world and the first of its kind in Africa. What significance do you think technologies of this kind will have on the African continent?
To me, the significance really is creating different sources of energy for Africa. I don't think it's only going to be one source that makes a difference. I think it's going to be a combination of a lot of different sources. And this actually is a great source because football is one of the main things that we do every day anyway. So why not generate electricity in times when you're just not even thinking about it, you know what I mean? So it works.
Now, how best do you think renewable energy can be introduced in the continent in such a way that it's made affordable and accessible to the populace, especially those in the rural areas?
I think renewable used to be very expensive because there was a scale of where the oil was dominating when it comes to energy. So clearly when you're the dominant party, you're going to make the opposition a lot more harder to get. And I think now we're in a position where the dominant is in a very fragile state, being that, you know, oil price has dropped 50% and they're looking for something to convert themselves into. So all of a sudden now, renewable is a lot cheaper. So it actually helps because what it does, if you combine the two together, that's clearly what the solution for Africa will be for sure.
Now, do you think the continent is doing enough to develop indigenous technology geared towards developing renewable energy?
I think before it wasn't really a concentrated thought, but now that we're having all these climate issues, it's now being thought up a lot. So I think the idea of what renewable should be for us in the future is being thought out and having more conversations about. And I think after this COP21, there'll be a lot more action, believe it, because I went just to find out what the temperature was and how much I had to deal with and how much work would need to be done on a standpoint of just the support. And you can clearly see that everyone's on the same page as far as reducing the emissions in the world.